Hello everyone, this is Shri Guru. Today we are going to start once again continuation part of the units and measurement. In the previous class we have studied about the fundamental quantities. Fundamental quantities means they are independent of each other. That means independently each quantity we can define without any using the help of other physical quantity. Such quantities are called fundamental quantities. There are 7 fundamental quantities: length, mass, time, temperature, amount of substance, electric current, and last one is luminous intensity. All these are 7 fundamental quantities. Apart from these two, we have studied supplementary quantities. Like first one is plane angle, the second one is solid angle. And the units which are used to measure these fundamental quantities, they are called fundamental units. This is the second type of classification of the physical quantities. This is called derived physical quantities. The name itself tells that derived. That means by taking the fundamental quantities, by applying the multiplication or division to the powers of the fundamental quantities, we can take or we can derive a new physical quantity. Such quantity is called derived physical quantities. That the definition I have written here. All the other physical quantities means fundamental quantities can be derived by suitably multiplication or division of different powers of the fundamental quantities. Right? This is the definition. Then for example for derived physical quantity, look at the simplest first, this one, volume, length into breadth into height. Length is a fundamental quantity, breadth is nothing but also it is a length, it is also fundamental quantity, height is also a fundamental quantity. By multiplying the powers of this 1 into 1 into 1, we get volume, L cube. That is volume, and it is measured in terms of meter cube. Similarly, look at the second one, example for the derived physical quantity, time. Speed. It is a ratio of distance divided by time taken. Distance is nothing but it is a length, it is a fundamental quantity. Time is also involved in the fundamental quantity. If we take the ratio of distance divided by time, we will get a speed. Similarly, velocity is also displacement divided by time. Velocity is nothing but it is a displacement divided by time. Right? That is also unit is meter per second only. Next, acceleration. Acceleration is nothing but it is a velocity divided by time. Right? Velocity is derived physical quantity. Time is a fundamental quantity. When we take the ratio of velocity divided by time, we will get acceleration. Look at the next example, density. Mass divided by volume. Mass is a fundamental quantity. Volume is derived from this length into breadth into height. When we take the ratio of mass divided by volume, we will get density. Similarly, force. Mass into acceleration. Mass is a fundamental quantity, acceleration is a derived quantity. When we multiply these two, we will get force. Next one, work. Force into displacement. Force, already we have studied here. Mass into acceleration. Displacement is nothing but length. Right? Charge. Current into time. Current is a fundamental quantity. Right? This is how we will get, by changing the powers, by increasing or decreasing the powers of the fundamental quantity, we can get or we can derive the new physical quantity which are known as derived physical quantity. And the units which are used to measure the derived physical quantity, they are called derived units. Like speed is measured in terms of meter per second, acceleration is measured in terms of meter per second square, volume is measured in terms of meter cube, density is measured in terms of kg per meter cube, and force is measured in terms of Newton work is measured in terms of joule, charge is measured in terms of coulomb. ಹೌದಾ? ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ಈ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಗಳಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಏನು ಅನ್ಬೇಕು? derived physical units, derived units. Okay, look at the continuation part. A system of units. Look at the first definition. It's not actually a definition, but somehow listen here. A complete set of units, both fundamental and derived for all kinds of physical quantities, is called system of units. That means if we take a set in which include fundamental and derived quantities are there in that set is known as system of units. There are different system of units are there, like CGS system. C means here centimeter, G means gram, S means system. This is also known as a Gaussian system, right? This is also known as Gaussian system. And there is a second one system, MKS system. M means meter, kilogram, second system. It is known as Georgia system, right? FPS system, foot, pound, second system, right? SI system. SI means International System of Units. Okay, different countries adopted different units. It's when they adopted the different system of units, it's very difficult to communicate between the two countries. That's why finally they use SI system, because it is the extended and whole thing which is accepted by internationally all the countries, and it is applicable for whole physics, right? This is the now in all the books they use the standard SI system. Okay.